Everybody is not meant to dive deep. We all have different genetics. We all have different birth charts and things that we're attracted to. And I feel like God created us that way for a reason. So there's people that we come in contact with that aren't going to understand us. There's people that aren't going to see things the way that you do. And they're not going to be able to meet you on an emotional level that you may desire them to. They may want to stay surface level. They may not want to go deep and dive into the science of things, or the technicalities, the spirituality, or whatever you may be into. And for me, I like to go deep. I like to learn. I like to expand my mind. I like to grow. And a lot of times what you'll find is that it's often just dry. The conversation is surface level. It's about everyday things like the weather, or what happened on the news, or at work. Never anything outside of the comfort zone that allows the mind to grow. And so I feel like it can be depleting of the soul, because on a deeper level, you're looking for a fulfillment that you are not receiving. And so I feel like it's so important to acknowledge that when you're in that situation, and make sure that you're giving yourself that emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. If you can't find it in someone else, we have to be the replenishment of ourselves first and foremost. But I feel like it's important to acknowledge that that is the case, so that you don't become resentful. Because this world is very much surface based. But on a soul level, if you're needing an emotional connection or intimacy and you're not getting that, life can feel unfulfilling, and it can feel frustrating, because nobody's talking about the elephant in the room. Nobody's talking about the things that need to be discussed, or willing to go beyond the comfort zone, or go deeper. And so I feel like first and foremost is being able to say, not everybody's deep, and that's okay. But there are people that are. And so I feel like that's where patience comes in, and that's also where willingness to go search and attract your soul tribe. If you're a deep diver, life can just get lonely, because you realize that the conversations that you have aren't really fulfilling you or inspiring you the way that you would like them to. And so you feel misunderstood, and you feel like, there's a missing piece to the puzzle that you have to go searching for.